Hello everyone, welcome to your Eleanor. In this video we are going to explain Love Alert BL episode number 3. The next morning, Tay was exercising. Jimmy came and asked where Fah was. Tay replied that Fah had gone out since 4 a.m. The reason was to photograph the sunrise. Jimmy asked how Tay knew that. Tay realized he had accidentally spoken too much. He made up an excuse, saying that he had met Fah while jogging earlier. Knowing that Tay was lying, Jimmy held back his disappointment and anger. Jimmy assumed that Tay and Fah had woken up together. Tay said that he couldn't sleep, maybe because the place was new and he wasn't used to it yet. He had deliberately gone out to exercise. Jimmy could only give a cold smile. Because there was a court there. Tay invited Jimmy to play basketball. Fah arrived with his camera. Seeing Fah, Tay smiled. Jimmy noticed that. So he deliberately bumped into Tay. At first, Tay was angry because his clothes got dirty. But after Jimmy mocked what Tay was looking at, Tay suddenly calmed down. Jimmy then asked about Tay's vague attitude. Was he hiding something from him? Tay assured Jimmy that he wasn't hiding anything. Tay decided to go clean himself. To, who saw his younger brother's dirty clothes, asked what happened. Tay replied that he had just tripped. To told Tay to give him the clothes so he could wash them. Seeing Jimmy come over, To told both of them to get ready. Meanwhile, he would go meet Fah. Jimmy told Tay to shower first. He paused for a moment, planning something. To was washing Tay's clothes. Jimmy came and helped To. At first, To refused. But Jimmy started showing his sweet side. Instead of washing the clothes, they just held hands. Meanwhile, Tay, who was already ready, went to Fah, who was taking photos. Tay offered his help. Fah asked what Tay was actually looking for. Tay asked why Fah would ask that. Fah said he was just curious. Tay explained that he was a good friend. Someone who just wanted to help. And Tay admitted that he was someone who had feelings for Fah. Fah reminded him that Tay had to know one rule. He didn't give second chances. Fah admitted that Tay had been amazing last night. But rules were still rules. Fah left and crossed paths with Jimmy. Jimmy offered his help. But Fah coldly refused. Instead, he asked where To was. Jimmy answered that To was in the room. Jimmy looked like he was holding back his anger. Because of Fah's cold attitude and what had happened the night before. After that, Tay sat alone in silence. To came down and noticed his restless younger brother. To asked how close Tay and Fah were on their first night. Realizing that To had hurt him, Tay blushed. To said he knew that his younger brother liked Fah. But considering what happened last night, he thought it was too fast. Tay asked who said that he liked Fah. To explained that Jimmy was the one who told him. Besides that, To had intentionally prepared the night trip especially for Tay. He had even deliberately made time just for that day's trip. And To thought that Tay had used that opportunity to flirt with Fah a little. But he assumed that his younger brother had done more than just flirting. Seeing To sneeze, Tay asked if he was sick. Because his body felt hot. To said he didn't know. But he had been feeling chills. Tay then went to get medicine for his brother. At campus, Tay came to Jimmy. Tay asked whether Jimmy had told his brother that Tay liked Fah. Jimmy instead asked back what was wrong with that. He said he had only used Tay's name. Jimmy liked Fah, so he had to do whatever was necessary. At least Jimmy had made that trip happen. Even though he couldn't go anywhere with Fah himself. Jimmy then asked whether Tay also liked Fa, because Jimmy felt that something had happened at the resort back then. The excuse about not being able to sleep and meeting Fa, who was taking photos, seemed suspicious to him. What was Tay actually hiding from Jimmy? Even though Jimmy told Tay to explain it, Tay still said that he wasn't hiding anything. He just didn't want Jimmy to use his name as an excuse. Knowing that Tay wasn't being honest, Jimmy could only hold back his anger. Fa was busy with his work. Tay came to the laboratory and asked what Fa was doing. Fa replied that he was testing a new cream formula for sensitive skin. Fa then asked why Tay had come there. Tay said that he was looking for his friends, but he couldn't find them. Seeing Tay standing there staring at him, Fa asked how long Tay was planning to stay there. He suggested that Tay sit down, and he would make Tay his test subject. Fa started applying the cream to Tay's face. Tay kept looking at how serious Fa was. The formula didn't cause any reaction, which meant the cream was working. Tay asked how Fa knew that he had sensitive skin. Fa explained that that night, Tay had gotten a rash just from a mosquito bite. To Tay, Fa was quite observant. But Fa reminded Tay again that there were no second chances, and it would be better for Tay to leave, because Fa also needed to focus on his work. Whether he wanted to or not, Tay had to leave. But before that, Tay suggested something about the cream. He thought the texture and properties were good, but it would be better if a slight fragrance were added. Fa thanked Tay for the suggestion. After Tay left, Fa looked at him and smiled. That's all for this part. See you in the next part. Thank you for watching. Until then, have a nice day.